I told my boys it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track, I was messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real New Jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up the scoring them boys, man. I told my boys it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell her my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it a hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor will cover my face. You see me working and working. I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boys it ain't no limit.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Richards over the middle and complete to Waddle. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Slot man moves right. To throw on 2nd down. Richards eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Richards is going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. McDermott, and he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 27.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
That one goes for 8 yards.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Play action. It's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
Throwing to start the drive. Richards escaping the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st down, McDermott down to about the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll keep it on the ground. McDermott. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
The Jets at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in wondering what on earth is going on here.
And, Brandon, I reflect back to one time we had one of those deep philosophical talks about getting up every day and going to work and the whole deal. Can you imagine what it's like for this team?
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Keon Crossan.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big bitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If